Yo, what's up? This is King Vox, and today I want to kind of give you newer players a little bit of help on creating your own build. Now, there's some things that you absolutely need in Path of Exile when you're creating your own build in your tree, and that is survivability. Now, as you can see here, I have this program right here called Path of Building. This is a program that you definitely want. It gives you a really good description of the in-game skill tree, as well as it lets you set up skill combinations through links, as well as weapons, items, armor, all that stuff. So you can kind of get the stats of where your character would be, and wherever you feel comfortable as far as health, depending on what kind of build you have. If you have a build more towards range, obviously you can do with a little less health than other builds. But if you're melee, you kind of want to get as strong as possible for your class, whatever kind of melee you're doing, whether it's energy shield, whatever. You want your defenses to be at a good rate. So the first thing you want to do is get Path of Building. The second thing you kind of want to do is look at some of the stuff in game, build your fantasy. You can look at YouTube videos for skill gems to see what all kinds of skills are in the game, because every gem is indeed a new skill, a new ability, a new passive. Like, there's all sorts of stuff that these gems do, and they support each other, and there's a lot of synergy that can happen in this game, and you can really build a character based on any type of fantasy that you want. Don't be discouraged to actually do this. Now, a lot of times I recommend builds off the forums and stuff like that for new players on new seasons and stuff like that, or when you're first starting out. That way you can farm up the gold required to successfully achieve your build, because if you don't have any gold, then you obviously can't get the items that you want for the build. Another thing is, this is called po.trade. Now, this is going to be your most go-to thing ever. This is where you're going to buy all your stuff for as cheap as they can possibly be. You also can hit the current market up here to see what currency goes for. And what happens is, I'll say that, what do you want? You want chaos orbs, and what do you have? Maybe you have alchemy orbs. So we'll do something better. Actually, you have chaos orbs, and you want some regrets because you messed up your build, right? And you need some regrets. So now you hit search. Okay, now this shows players, and what happens is you're able to contact the seller by hitting this. So this guy's offer is 30 regrets for 20 chaos. So you would hit this, and as you can see, it's a copy paste situation. You just copy it, and this bar right here will allow you to increase the trade. Say if you want to do something in bulk or whatever, it will only allow you to go as far as his inventory. You know what I mean? So there's tabs in game that kind of deal with this and relay this information to this website, which is really dope. So this guy will do only a maximum of 1,500 regrets to 1,000 chaos trade, and people make those trades every day. It's not even funny. So this is a really good tool for you guys to trade and really get some stuff in. Also, I'll try to go back to items and maybe show you guys some items. I'll just type in something, a call of the void. I don't know what that is, but you can filter out some stuff, links, all this stuff. Just hit search, and call of void is obviously some item or whatever. But as you can see, this guy's selling one for 4 jewelers, and you can actually hit whisper. And now once you hit whisper, it copies, and you just go in game and hit paste, and it will say, hey, I found your post. It'll say something like, I found your post on Po Trade, 4 jewelers for a call of the void or whatever. And then pretty much, if he's there, he'll most likely reply and tell you that he either sold it already, or he'll invite you to party instantly, and there you would go to his hideout. You would right click his name and go to hideout, and that's how that part is done. Now, also, you can go to game this place or whatever, the Path of Exile wiki. And the Path of Exile wiki is really dope because they tell you everything the skills do. They tell you where to acquire skill gems and stuff like that from. Like, let me see, active skill gems. I just clicked on that, and now this is a list of all the active skill gems. Now you also want to use stuff like YouTube or whatever to figure out what these skills look like and stuff like that, because sometimes a skill sounds really cool, but when you actually see it, you're like, oh, that's very underwhelming, and you're just like, oh no, I don't want to use that skill. Try looking up other people that made builds for these things. Like, you know, phase run is a rune that allows you to kind of like phase walk like a DK and World of Warcraft. There's just so many that I can't even, like, you know, kind of put my head around it. But blue ones are typically like magic type stuff. Red is more typically like warrior type, you know, tanky type gems, and green is usually like your agilic / dexterity, high damage, you know, you're very squishy when you use like stuff like these, and you just deal out tons of damage. So green crit, you know, red brute, and blue, you know, magic dealer and stuff like that. And you can see some of the names of some of this stuff. You know, you can be a summoner. I don't care about the Val gems. There's really not a lot of builds for them, but you can build for them. I just don't like. Maybe Lightning Wrath is really good. You save it up, and then once you're in an emergency, you just pop in and it should AoE everything down. Maybe, probably, you know, you can have whirlwind builds with, let me see, I think the whirlwind gem is it I don't know if I don't remember if it's called whirlwind or not. Actually, it would be over here. Oh, cyclone right here. So it's kind of like your typical whirlwind ability, you know. So here you have a place where you can buy all this stuff. Like, you know, you don't have to worry. Flame totem, it's a gem. You can just copy this stuff over, and you can go here, and you can go to here, and you just paste flame totem, whatever, then hit search, and boom, flame totem right here being sold for 1 fusion, which is pretty much a penny in this game. It's very, very low. So but the most important thing is path of building. Path of building is going to allow you to really take advantage of that. And also, once you find out what skills and stuff you want, you can place those skills gems here to try to find the very best combination to make that skill the most efficient. You know what I mean? Make it really hit hard. So, and also, if you have items over here, you can add items. And to be honest, when you're new, the thing you kind of want to do is build, you don't want to do like I did where I'm just using purely uniques or whatever. Some uniques can be really expensive, so you want to kind of deck yourself out in full yellows, you know what I mean? And that way you can only go up from there. So if your build is pretty dope and you have good stats and stuff like that with just yellows alone, you know what I mean? When you start adding uniques into the equation, things will start getting a bit out of hand. Now, for you veteran players out there that have been playing Path of Exile for a long time, I know some of you guys play this game religiously. I don't. So if you have any information that you think I left out, make sure to comment down in the comment section below and let people know your opinions on, you know, for new players to make their own builds and recommendations and stuff like that. You can even recommendations to builds and stuff like that from the forums. If you want to link really good builds on the forums, I will have to approve them or whatever, but most likely I will if they're just a post to the forums. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll make more Path of Exile videos in the future. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little, I would say, foundation or whatever as far as doing it. It's like, you don't have anything to really be worried about. Just play your fantasy. Really, that's what it's about. Peace out.